my hair's a mess. I look like a whole mess though.
You're live right now, bro. We're live today. We're gonna go live on all our social media. So you don't like it.
I just don't want to go live on mine right now. The amount of crap posting I put on there.
The fact is, we gotta go live. Live with the boys.
On what? Social media?
On any social Instagram, TikTok, you want,
I do TikTok. I've never gone live on TikTok. I do TikTok.
I'm gonna do Instagram because I've never gone live on Instagram.
My phone's still charging on 8%.
Well, don't worry about going live, bro.
Let me not fair to this.
Okay. How do you go live on Instagram though?
Go to story or go to that plus on the top right. I think so.
How do you go live on TikTok?
Oh, you gotta have a certain amount. For TikTok, you gotta have a certain amount of followers.
You need to the right life.
It's not nudes. Chill.
I just don't want to see your photo.
We're live on Instagram also. I don't know how to set this one up for it.
No, we haven't done shit. How do you go live on?
TikTok, you gotta have a certain. You gotta go middle. No wait, post right here. And then you see where live's at.
No. Oh, live.
Yeah.
And then hit that.
Yep, and then you go right there.
So my phone's gonna be plugged in because my shit's about to die.
Well, mine's what's it?
Welcome to
The first.
Welcome to the casting room.
We're gonna have to change that when you have tenants, though. Dude, listen. No, but for real though, we're gonna have to change that when you do have tenants.
What? Change what?
The place we.
Yeah. We'll figure that out later. Okay, so I guess the first thing is the queen died.
You wanted to say something about it.
That shit was hilarious. So, real quick, so when the queen died, this guy I watch on YouTube, Jay Slap, he was like, "I'm heading to Europe. Watch out, queen," and then posted a picture like 2 minutes before she died. I am the king of Europe. In this time, though, and then she died, and he made a tweet out that said, "I express our R.I.P. Queen Elizabeth. Please don't raid my house."
Yo, bro, I saw so much stuff, bro. The memes that came out right when the news hit, bro.
Like about Diana and her, dude.
No, it was not just that, bro. It's like some tweets were out like saying, "Rest in peace, Bozo," and stuff like that. I'm like, bro.
Dude, no one liked Queen Elizabeth. I did not know that many people did not like Queen Elizabeth. Like, even her people were like,
I guess.
I guess it was Diana, whatever like happened there. Like, I guess like her death happened was like.
Oh yeah, because apparently I do know a little bit about that. Apparently, like she was a royal bee to the princess when she was there.
Because she would do things that were, not royal, the dress and stuff. And the fact is that there's the whole conspiracy with her, like, being killed by the royal family.
Yeah, for real.
And that they're not letting everyone, there's hidden documents saying that.
Oh, yeah, it was all like a cover up and that stuff.
But it was.
Oh, yeah. We're trying to keep it PG-13. So, yeah, we're if you hear us doing like shh, it's because we're trying not to cuss or stuff.
Kid friendly, guys.
Kid friendly.
We're not trying to go to jail like freaks or something.
Kid friendly. Hashtag. That's our new hashtag. Hashtag kid friendly. Not in a pedophile kind of way though. All right.
Hashtag.
Not in we're going to church and you're not coming till midnight type of stuff.
Hey, you're not even in your video, bro.
Oh shit. That's what we call a technical difficulty in our situation. And Jose's stuff too. I don't care. This one's on you.
You might have to scoot a
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
No, not you.
You're gonna have to scoot a little in.
Yeah.
Oh. But for the fact is though, the whole thing with Queen Elizabeth dying though, a bunch of people were just like, we don't care.
I know.
The whole
It's kind of like what happens when isn't there are they like a monarchy?
yeah, it's a monarchy. It's
It's kind of like, all right, bro, like you've been alive for 96 years, like we're ready for someone new. Thank God we don't have that in the U.S.
that'd be terrible, bro.
For you guys, I guess on our audience, if there's any topic that you would like to hear, let us know right now in the comments.
Or forever hold your peace, because
Yeah. Or we'll just get into our next discussion.
I guess.
We'll give like a good 30 seconds. Do we have like waiting music for them? Like,
Bound to go. Wow.
so Phineas and Ferb?
So Phineas and Ferb. It's 104 days. There's nothing. People that are seeing are a bunch of bozos.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. There's some friends that I know. Oh, okay. It's only 6 minutes. We still got like what 9
Yeah.
minutes of random bullcrap.
I guess we don't have any questions. So next topic.
Well, the fact is though. Well, I mean, I don't want to really derail from that original topic. It might lead to something different.
Which one?
The Queen Elizabeth one. Because we don't have that in the U.S., but we do have like some crazy political systems happening.
oh yeah, I mean we have presidents, but we also have the Senate and shit.
Oh, dude, the freaking stuff bro, have you seen on like Viceroy where they would bring someone like from the dark side, basically, black market type shit, and they're like, oh, if you think any of your Congress people are like, good citizens, we'll be here for you. No. There's stuff that I saw on Viceroy. They're
I
like,
know a drug dealer over the congressman.
there's like we've had congressmen and women do like drugs and.
I mean, how about the whole thing with who's that one chick that's like around Taiwan right now? There's a congresswoman that's like Nancy Pelosi or something.
Oh,
like that.
So it was China threatened the U.S. and they were like, if any U.S. Representative steps foot in Taiwan, like watch out, we're coming for you. Nancy Pelosi was like,
Send it.
she walked her happy tail over there.
Oh, it's because she's doing like illegal trades.
What
and
up, bro?
She's doing like illegal trades over there.
Yeah, that is the coldest thing any U.S. senator has done. Like for real. Oh, for real, you gonna do something? Bet.
But the coldest thing that anything in the U.S. U.S. Senate or like Congress or anything was when JFK, someone freaking popped a balloon, but he's like, you missed, and just continued with his freaking speech, bro.
They didn't miss next time.
They didn't miss that.
No, you want to know what's the real coldest thing is Theodore Roosevelt got shot in the middle of a speech.
Yeah.
Pulled his paper out, put the bullet out, and kept going with his speech. That's the coldest thing that's ever happened.
Really?
Getting shot in the middle of a speech and continuing your speech. That has to be the coldest thing that's ever happened. Has to be.
Doesn't matter. No.
I don't know, man. Okay, but even
I know.
even getting shot by a BB gun,
Yeah.
you have to say like this man literally like didn't flinch.
Walked it off. He
Kept
said,
going,
"Oh,
bro.
he
He
was
was just taking hella drugs.
Walk it off.
That's crazy though, bro. I don't know. Presidents are crazy sometimes with Trump, Biden, all the recent presidents right now, with everything that's going on. Everything's become like a political war game. With everything, I mean, with Roe v. Wade.
I mean, it's always has been a political war.
Yeah,
It's
I
always. It's just social media just opened it
I
up so
think-
much that we're
yeah.
just in it now.
Yeah.
Also, I think that
Like, we become such sheep in that.
you also gotta consider that like not everybody is following what's happening, so not everybody knows exactly like about the political game. Because being completely honest with you guys, up until 17, I didn't involve myself in politics, but it was because like it didn't really pertain to me.
Yeah.
But once I joined the military, it was like, you know what, I might want to learn about who actually pays my bills and stuff. So that's when I started getting into like politics per se, and even now like sometimes it can get a little confusing, so I don't even want to like get into the politics because it's just.
I don't want to get into politics in general, though. That's my issue because when you get into politics, you can't have a right opinion or a wrong opinion. You can't have your own personal opinion.
I mean, that's how it should be. It's just that's how everyone is born and raised now. Is you can't have your own opinions and offend you. I don't have an opinion on politics because I don't learn enough about it, so I choose to stay out of it. But I do know there's some bad people.
There's people that have done stupid things.
I just know at this point that like when it comes to voting, we're screwed.
Regardless what we're gonna do, because there's
It's gonna be a old man or a old woman.
Yeah.
Like it's never gonna be someone younger that actually has a new idea.
Yeah.
Well,
But I understand his wisdom.
I don't think it's that. So like, I think what's happening is that we're still entering the new phase of the newer politician, right? Because like right now we've had the same people for the last
50 years.
50 years. So like they're gonna start dying out soon. So like maybe not soon, but like
Over time.
there's enough like social media out there that people like eventually will have enough and they will start to lift if nothing changes. Like for example, like Trump, yeah, like he said some pretty like out there shit, but all in all, during his presidency, like it wasn't a bad time for the U.S. It really wasn't. Like, because we all went in with the mindset like, oh shit, like he's about to fuck this country up. But like,
I was sitting there like
talking with a couple buddies, like he did a lot of stuff that like past presidents haven't done.
Yeah.
So there's gonna come a turning point where it'll change. It's just it's just about pretty much just waiting, letting time take its course. America's had it really chill for a long time, so people kind of forget like where we came from. Like literally like what started this country was how we got together. Like we were separated 50 colonies, but we came together and we rose up and defeated the strongest empire at the time. So it's gonna come down to like people kind of understanding that at some point like we're gonna have to stop fighting each other and like really pay attention to what's happening in the upper levels of our government to do something about it. Right? Like again, I don't know enough about it to get into too much detail.
Yeah.
But I do know that at every point there comes a time people get tired of like I guess just not knowing. And then they'll do something about it. But we're just gonna have to wait for that to happen. Until then, take care of yourself, get stronger, get smarter, do what you can to better yourself.
But from what I've learned, it's always more of a when it becomes a political game, it's also about money. If you think about it, because the more powerful people with money have had their taxes forgiven. They've had things basically said, oh, we'll approve it if you do a small donation to our, political party.
Oh yeah.
Talk about lobbying.
Talk about 1%.
Lobbying, yeah. So you understand, like, if we do come up, we would have to come up with such a force that even money wouldn't have to be able to play a part.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, that's a big factor, like how much money you actually have. But at some point, money won't mean anything.
Yeah,
you have to support.
Yeah.
For example, like I started watching a Netflix show recently, and it's about like there's like an angelic figure that comes and tells you you're bound for hell, right? And there's this guy who's been doing it for 10 years. Like he's been telling people like, yeah, like this is happening. People are like, nah, it's CGI, it doesn't make sense, blah, 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 blah. But like literally just one guy in his passion, like got him to be the most influential man in the capital of Korea. Because the show takes place in Korea. It's a K-drama.
We all
on this side note, those are really good. Side note, those are really good.
I was thinking of
Right.
Spellbound.
Side note, we also love anime, okay? We love anime, K-dramas,
So anyway, like this guy he pursued for 10 years, right? And once he was able to really show everybody what was happening, because in the show, like it's real, it's happening. Like he became the most influential man overnight, right? Like maybe we're not gonna get something like that but eventually like something will happen to spark more than a couple people to the point where it's most of the population, and then money won't be able to do anything pretty much.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't happen, it's because we're choosing for it not to happen. If we want change, we gotta make it ourselves, pretty much. So that's plain and simple. If we want change, we gotta make it ourselves.
Amen to that, dude.
Because everything comes with time. Changing really with deeper with
Well,
it.
it's just determination and mental game, dude. Like,
And it's also
it's getting out of your
subconscious
com-
thing.
yeah, get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Getting out of that comfort zone. It's crazy.
It sucks.
It does suck, yeah.
Yeah, that's good shit.
Because we're right now getting him out of his comfort zone, actually. If y'all don't know, this is my boy Larry.
Hi.
My boy
Oh
Jose.
yeah, we haven't introduced ourselves. I apologize.
I was literally thinking that in my head, like, what's
Well,
the next live
We'll
stream?
let our head host start off with the introductions.
My boy, this is my boy Jose Meza, one of the greatest people I've met in my lifetime. I just met Larry. He seems very chill. We all have very big ideas for our future. My name's Julio. I'm a real estate agent.
I'm an entrepreneur. Currently, TikTok made being an entrepreneur seem like an easy path to take. I jumped into it last year, actually almost 2 years ago now, and I'm still kind of learning the ropes. And it's been a process. It's been a process. I still work full time, but when I have the time, I also try to work on my own business, which is I work in real estate. I'm not a real estate agent, but I work in real estate for now. That's the first thing that I'm trying to start out with.
So you're basically investing yourself into real estate for a future product of.
Yeah. So something that I've learned, or I guess like that TikTok was helpful in, was kind of like giving us like the guidelines of what you would want to do. And one of the first guidelines was make some type of passive income so you can keep working on producing more, bettering yourself, right? So real estate is a very, very good form of passive income if you do it the right way. It is a lot of hard work though, which I'm coming to find out. Like literally right now I'm in the middle of remodeling one of my apartments because it wasn't up to code. And we're getting that fixed right now. So it is a lot of hard work, but I do have a very supportive family, a very supportive friend group, and a strong system around me that, with a little bit of hard work from myself and some good time management, like it's taking a shape. It's taking a shape.
Larry?
I'm Larry Murch. I'm just a dude that works full time, that has a big dream and a lot of determination. My dream is to hopefully one day open up a gym that rivals the best of the gyms. I'm hoping to spark a lot of motivation to people, because like nowadays in America, we're pretty obese, and I'm going to change that or help towards that. Yeah.
Yeah, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason for this channel was actually our main host's idea. So I'll let him get more into a little bit of that.
So I wanted to get into YouTube, I think about a year ago. I told a lot of people I was gonna start it. I did start, and my phone's at 20%. So I'm gonna just take that off real quick. I was gonna do YouTube, I think about a few months ago, and I wanted to basically open myself to different opportunities, as well as build a brand for myself, which I was going to use YouTube as a reference for 5-10 years. Look back at the first video and see how much of a difference I was, how I grew. And YouTube, I've seen a lot of people get big on there, but I also seen a lot of people change with YouTube, social media. I've seen influencers post what people have texted them. You changed my life. You helped me through very difficult times, that type of stuff. So I want this to be something like that. I want it to be big enough that people have life-changing moments. I'm also a real estate agent with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. I just started. They told me it was going to be hell. So, yeah, no, they said I wasn't going to get my first closing probably in like the first 6 months. So that hasn't happened also. So they were right. But it's little by little. Everything comes with time. Everything comes with a price. It's a risk. Everything's a risk, regardless of what people say. It's a safe job. It's it's an easy job and stuff. Yeah, it might be, but it's a risk because everything comes with a risk. It's life. At the end of the day, we all die one way or another, but we risk everything in our life to be the best of what we can do.
It's that patience too, bud. You gotta wait it out, no? It happened.
So yeah, and for the moment, I sometimes DoorDash just so I can pay a little bit of my bills off, which isn't much because I still live with my parents, so I'm okay with that. He's got the most bills out of us.
I want to correct something. They're not bills. They're investment payments. Okay.
Invest.
So what he's talking about is sometimes when you hear about I'm starting my own company, like I don't got nothing to worry about, like I'll make a lot of money, like there's a lot that comes behind it that sometimes nobody tells you about. For example, like I've had to hire a team to help me with my taxes, and that on its own is like $5,000 a year, but it keeps you out of trouble. We have to pay taxes, we have to be good citizens and pay. Then you have to think about, like, depending on what your business is, the maintenance that's required for your business. That's a huge thing that I wasn't, I guess, aware of in the beginning, because like nowadays, like especially like if you're younger, you're used to like everything being handed to you, like right then and there. So like sometimes like you neglect maintenance, and I did that for a little bit, and now I'm paying for it. So if anybody out there is like trying to do something for themselves, understand that there is very high reward, but the amount of work you do is next level. Like I have never worked this hard in my life. Word to God, I've never worked this hard in my life. Like yeah, there's my boot camp was intense, so I guess I had that edge over people. Like I'm able to stay a little bit more disciplined. And boot camp was physically straining, but trying to maintain a healthy physique, trying to eat better, trying to stay physically healthy, spiritually healthy, relationship healthy, and not just with friends, but with my girlfriend. Like it's a lot of work, and sometimes it's like it can get a bit overwhelming. But at the end of the day, like it all comes down to like how much do you want to achieve your dream that you start off with. So if you think your dream is worth it, pursue it, and don't get discouraged about the bills that come along the way, because nothing worth it is going to come free. Nothing you do ever will be free. Nothing. And if you learn that, you'll understand a little bit more, or maybe not understand it, because there's some things that I still don't understand, but I'm willing to accept that because I'm trying to build an empire. Like it will take sweat, tears, blood, and a lot of bread. So it will happen. I mean I'm proof that like you can do whatever you set your mind to. For example, like it's been about 6 months since I really like took a hard look at myself and try to like change my body and change my I guess my spiritual health. And like I've seen a huge improvement in my relationships and with the people around me, and just being a source of like I guess positivity for people around me. Like I know it's a little bit cocky or egotistical to say, but like people constantly tell me like thanks for like what you said, or like he said in the beginning, like I'm one of the greatest people he's met so far. Like I'm sure there's way more people out there who are even more amazing than I am, but just with a little bit of hard work, and the biggest thing, consistency. The biggest thing
That's what I was about to say.
that needs to be like understood is like consistency, like a little bit every day. is a good motto to kind of like follow. And I heard that actually from one of the top G brothers. I heard it. It was recent. I heard it. He said because somebody asked him, how do you become a multimillionaire? And he said, I don't think you should pursue to become a multimillionaire. I think you should pursue how to achieve the next step for you. So I think learning where you are and really learning how to self-reflect will make a huge difference if you're trying to do something how we're doing. If you have any questions, feel free to hit us up. We might not have all the answers, but hopefully we can at least point you in the right direction.
Yeah. And with that hard work versus consistency topic, is it always a mindset, or is it just of like a heart thing for you guys? For you, like
That comes up. It's like honestly, it's probably just the mindset. Like I always get the hard. I don't know. It could be both. Like sometimes you're just not into it, and it kind of like if your heart's not into it, no matter what determination you have, it ain't gonna work. But like, I'd say it's 50-50 for that because, like I said, that's along those lines. Like you can have the heart and the determination. Like you can be lazy some weeks and stuff, but as long as you're consistent, like consistency, you'll be fine. But like, yeah, I'd say that.
yeah. You with that?
In my opinion, I think it's 90% mental,
Yeah.
10% heart. Like having heart is important, but the heart you should save that for your dream. Like when you're thinking about your dream, that's when you take that 10% and you increase that to 100, and you just let your dream come out. Let your dream come out. Like for me, my like, I guess like you could say it's an unrealistic dream, is to eventually own over 1,000 properties, right? Part of that dream comes from a place of I want to help other people, because like growing up, it was a little bit difficult, and if I can be at least of a little bit of help to a kid who was a dreamer, I want to do that. Part of that is, the biggest part of that is like, do they have a place to sleep at night? Do they have to worry about like the light being on? Do they have to worry about getting somewhere safe at the end of the night? So I never struggled with that, but in my experience with the Marine Corps, I met a couple people who did, and that really like showed me how, I guess, blessed I was growing up. So if I can be a part of the blessing to help others in that sense, I want to do that. And that's my overall goal, like just help people. So that's why I got into real estate. Yeah, like at first it was because there's a lot of money in it, but like when you start to grow up, you kind of understand that like money isn't, it's important, but it's not everything. Like for example, like to get this place that we're actually in right now, like it didn't take that much money. It took my hard work. It took me going out and talking to the right people, and it took me getting out different kinds of loans. So to start off, I got a loan from my mom to get the loan from the bank, and to this day, like I think that's been my biggest blessing, that like I had somebody willing to invest in me and see my dream. So at some point, when we're bigger, because we will be bigger, we're staying consistent, we're staying good, so we will get bigger, and we find somebody that we think is worth it. Make sure that like you let these people know that we're starting this from now and where we started, because if they're willing to do the work and all they need is a little bit of cash, maybe we'll be those people for that person to do what they need to do. But yeah, so like 10% heart, 90% good. I'm sorry, I went off a little rant, but 10% heart, 90% mindset. Because like this is something that like I think I've struggled with my entire life, the mindset. Because like I've always been enthusiastic about stuff, always, and that's kind of in part due to the ADHD thing. Because I found out recently like we have difficulty with impulses, so I've been a very impulsive person my entire life, but sometimes keeping that mindset, I've struggled with it. I don't know if you guys have anything like similar to that, but yeah, like
staying consistent with the schoolwork and how that affected me was very bad. When in high school, I was a very bad student, basically freshman and sophomore year. Junior year, I turned around, started working a little bit harder. But my freshman and sophomore year, I don't think I told you the story though. Freshman and sophomore year, I was probably one of the jokesters, to say the least, one of the kids that would have fun all the time. So one time we were watching a movie in our choir classroom, and I'm not going to say the names of the teacher because he's kind of fired from Bremen.
Kind of.
Kind of.
How do you get kind of fired?
You try to blame the student for putting porn on the screen.
Oh shit.
So basically, what happened, and I know a lot of people that know me know this story, was we watched Coco. We watched a lot of movies back in. We had like Friday movies or some crap like that. And he'd be like, "Anybody know any websites that we could watch movies?" And I'm like, "I do. 1, 2, 3 movies. The illegal sites type of stuff." I would.
Just use Netflix. What the
We
hell?
couldn't connect Netflix to it though. Like for some
Why
reason.
would you use website?
Okay, so in case you don't know, 1, 2, 3 movies is a really good website to watch pirated movies. However,
Not sponsored.
there is always pop-ups with those types of websites, and these pop-ups, let's just say, aren't the most
HTML.
aren't not safe for work. Okay, let's just put it like that. They're not safe for work.
NFSW.
So
18 and
yeah,
over.
yeah. If you've ever watched a pirated movie and you've had that pop up, maybe in front of your parents, because I had that to me happen a couple times.
Are you sure it was
Yeah,
the
well,
movie?
no,
or were
no,
you watching
it-
something else?
No, it was the movie because before like Netflix, like I remember the time before Netflix, like it was like you go to the family. For me, it was a family video, or you could order it from Netflix and they would take a while to send it out to you.
Yeah.
That's how Netflix
Redux.
started.
Also, Redbox or
Redbox wasn't a thing until like 2010, bro.
It was a thing in 2008 though.
Was it?
It was a thing in 2008.
Either way, right? Like, so I'm like 10 years old. I'm like super into movies, and like I'm trying to find how to watch all these movies, and I found 1, 2, 3 movies, and like not thinking about it, I pull up a movie and like we're about to have a family movie night, and it pops up on the screen, and then they're like, oh, whoa, what's that? And I'm like, no, it's just pop up. I swear, it's pop up. I swear. So yeah, that has happened to me.
Go on, sorry.
I kind of. Mine's at like 8%. But yeah, go on. Jose.
Oh, that was it. That's the story. So yeah, I mean, I kind of understand, that. But what happened? What?
Basically,
I told you I had an Android.
oh,
He has a C-port. What do you have?
I have an Apple.
How was like I have an Android? Like
Yeah,
I need
my
your charger. You're like I need your charger. I'm like I have an Android.
My man's broke. My man can't afford an Apple.
No, go the
Hey, I just choose not to buy a phone every year.
No, just go. Yeah, go to the table.
Link you up.
Don't worry. Once we make Larry here grow up a little bit, we'll get him a real people phone.
Yeah.
Not a child phone.
Not that. Your mom bought you an
Hey, bro, I
Android.
don't have like
$2
phones.
What do you mean?
Like you guys gotta pay for that port and everything now.
Go for it.
Oh,
headphones.
the Apple Jack.
Yeah.
Well, if you just get a car with Bluetooth,
You don't have to
you don't have to
worry
worry about it.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying though,
I'm just
like
saying.
we're living in 2022.
about it. Just quality over quantity.
I know.
Like, why would you pay for a port?
Why would you pay $200 for a phone that's gonna break in less than a year?
Bro, shut up if I take a battery out.
2 years.
Shut up if I take that battery out.
Back on to the fact that I
Let
got
me
my
drop on the
teacher.
carpet and break your shit.
Ew, but like camera quality 10 times better.
Who cares?
Back on the topic.
But anyways, though, I never had that problem with like movie websites. My parents bought like a movie every week.
Yeah.
We
Like they have like over 5,000 movies.
Check your privilege, bro.
Check your privilege, bro.
Check your privilege.
I was bro, but we would watch movies like once a week. Start your I think.
But yeah, what happened?
Basically, what happened was I was in control of all the first few times. the time.
So it's your fault. Teacher got fired.
Yeah, basically. I love that. I love this story. The fact that I got a teacher fired was funny. The teacher was a sexist person. I was about to say a different word, but he was.
He was the sexiest.
He was a sexist person. He told the girls of our like swing choir, he's like, you guys should just go back to the kitchen because you guys can't sing for, well, that's word because we're trying to say PG-13 or less or whatever. But I'm like, all right, yeah. It was after that though. He said that, but that the one time I didn't have control of the computer because I would stop the computer from showing, random moves and stuff like that. The time I didn't have control, principal walks in.
Oh, you just closed out right there.
So,
I was just backing up my desk. Well, you know what? It's been nice working for you guys.
Man.
the principal, okay, because my thing was, lights off, everyone was either on their phone doing homework or, in my case, I was watching Family Guy. So I was watching the equivalent of what was about to pop up.
Mhm.
So Family Guy, principal's right next to me. I'm not gonna lie, he's like right here, standing right next to me while I'm watching Family Guy. As soon as the teacher presses pause,
I didn't think it was for the porn. Or the corn, sorry kids. I think it was because you all had your phones out and the teacher just didn't have it.
No, I mean,
it was definitely it was definitely that though.
I always watching Family Guy.
Because I remember.
it said man showing up with the Shikamaru shirt.
What do you say?
Stand up a little bit. Show off the little Shikamaru shirt. Yeah.
Yes, sir. What a drag.
I'm better.
All right, continue.
But I would then
Yes.
I messed up hard, bro. Like it was the funniest thing ever because all
What
I
did the
remember,
principal say?
bro. Because first off, he paused it, and what happened next was the funniest part. It was like 3 pictures of just
That teacher's just back in his desk.
The teacher did not know the principal was there at all. We did not see him come.
Wait, so like this stuff would pop up on the screen no matter what?
No, it popped up as soon
Wait,
as he
so
paused it.
so when the way those websites work is if you press the screen, a pop up happens.
It's like an invisible ad, basically
Yeah.
what YouTube used to.
So
Got you. Okay.
so to actually get to the movie, you have to close out like 3 pop ups.
Yeah.
Then press play, then put the full screen. But if at any point you want to pause the movie,
You would
A
have
or
pop-up.
rewind or do something,
Gotcha.
yeah, a pop up will happen.
you would have to press the space bar so that it wouldn't,
Pop up.
Yeah, because as soon as you press the screen,
Gotcha,
then the
gotcha.
pop up
Gotcha.
happened. So basically, as soon as that happened, lights turned on and everything. He's like, it's like he's pointing at me. It's like it's all Julio's fault. It's all Julio's fault. It's all. He sees the principal right next to me, bro. And I look dead in the eye of that principal. I'm like, I guess it's my fault, bro. Because I'm all the way over here. I'm like, why did I even do that, man? I'm out here. Dude, that.
This just goes to show you guys, don't be cheap.
The
Moral of the story is, don't be cheap. That's the moral, I guess.
moral stories, don't use illegal movie sites to watch Coco. Because that's what we were watching, bro. We were watching Coco. That death scene too, bro.
You could have bought like the Coco movie for
Yeah.
$4.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Like
Like,
$4 or $5.
like you know, old, like you can just buy like 2000 movies for like $20, like 20 of them now. Like this teacher's using illegal websites.
I was technically, bro, but what I got out of it was a teacher fired, basically. And the second thing was $175 because we found it under the bleachers. Because we had detention. I got detention out of that.
You found $175 on the bleachers?
Yeah. I split with someone, bro. We just boom.
Nice.
I was like, dude, I don't care, man. I might have gotten a detention on my record about 175 and like
That teacher's gone.
teacher gone. At the end of the year, they forced him to resign. So he was, technically not fired, technically fired.
Yeah.
And bro, what I heard was his girlfriend broke up that week too. The week that the thing happened, his girlfriend broke up that weekend.
Bitches ain't shit.
But it's
Always like on the verge of crisis.
there was a guy that took his place the next year, and he's like, bro, he was as good as a teacher as he was a boyfriend. And that Tuttle was just, he was a terrible teacher, bro. He was
Oh,
just,
okay. Maybe the girl had it right.
yeah.
I retract my statement.
He retracts. But
No, you don't.
Yeah, I got a good one. So
I'm chasing the
I'm
good
not
one, bro.
complaining.
I'm trying to chase one, but it's life, bro. I'm trying really hard.
Focus you, dog.
I'm
Focus
focusing
you.
on the tacos right now, bro. I'm thinking about some tacos asada right now, bro. I'm thinking about like that lime, cilantro, and onion. He's like, dang, I really want
No,
to.
I'm thinking about the gym, bro. Like, if there's something that you want to pursue, make sure you set a time to do it. At least an hour a day.
Mhm.
Make sure you set a time to do it. At the start of your day, this goes back to like I guess the mindset thing. Like really like maximizing your day, and I'll get a little bit into about what that means is highly important. Maximizing your day is super important. This is something that I can credit my girlfriend for helping me learn. You know, like this is what the reason that I know I have a good one is because, you know, me at the start of the relationship versus me now, I'm like, yo, I was a piece of work. We'll leave it at that. I was a piece of work. But like she had the patience to like kind of like slowly guide me and help me get to the places that I need to be, you know. And now like it's opened up, I guess, my confidence in a way that was closed before, and then it's also improved, I guess, like my outlook on life as a whole. So I really do credit her for that. So like in that sense, make sure you get you a good one, like a good partner. Understand that the person that you're pursuing as a man or as a guy or even as a girl, you know, the person who you're pursuing, you have to see them as a partner and they have to see you as a partner. And that's going to be really important for the relationship in itself. Just simply because if you see each other as partners, there's a type of mutual respect. That doesn't mean you can't goof around. It doesn't mean you can't have a good time with them. It just means like respect on both ends is gonna make all the difference in a relationship. Yeah, love is important. Yeah, learning how to communicate is important. Yeah, all those little things are important. But if there's no respect, you will not have good communication or comprehension. If there's no respect, you won't even like really take them into account. If there's no respect, you won't learn to appreciate them and love them how everyone needs to be appreciated and loved because we're all very unique. That doesn't mean we're special. Let me clarify that right now. You're not special, right? Everybody's replaceable. However, you are unique.
100%.
So it is your job to make yourself special. That's where it comes. That's where your job is, making yourself special. You're unique, but you have no speciality. So make sure that we're clear on that. But having to uniquely love someone is very difficult, and it's something that I'm learning now. And learning to love yourself is also something that's very difficult. I struggled with that for a long time, just simply loving myself. So make sure that the person that you start pursuing has at least those two qualities, and you will have the room to grow with them. If not, don't even waste your time. Like, in all honesty, just don't waste your time, because somebody who isn't even willing to open up to loving themselves will definitely not love you. Somebody who isn't respecting you will definitely like go and do stuff behind your back 100%. And there's just not somebody that you want bringing you down, right? Because like life is all about growth. You know, if you're not growing, what are you doing here? You know, like, because like we're all of us here have had some form of growth to get to this point, some form, right? You know, like success seeks out success, and we're like, for me, these two guys, like, I see their success, and I would like to be a part of it. That's why, like, I want to do this with them. I want to sit here with them, but I respect them. They respect me. It's a huge thing. So make sure that you have respect. I forgot what. Oh yeah. Right. So
This man get this
with,
ADHD right here.
yeah,
bro.
yeah, that's ADHD right there.
At its finest.
So like after a couple of hours, roughly like 6 hours, my meds started to wear off, and so it's kind of hard to keep track of the conversation, even with myself, right? But yeah. So what I was saying is, make sure you keep like something that you want to pursue, something that you think that interests you. Give it an hour a day. Start small. You know, like for me, the gym has always been a place of like, I get like a place where I can go and just like think.
Tranquility?
Not tranquility, more like
Let out stress. Really?
A second home.
No, not a second home.
Bro, I love the gym as a second home.
For me, the gym is like it's kind of like how I organize my thoughts when I'm at the gym. Like for me, like to really think about stuff, I have to move my hands, or like I have to be doing something. No, not that. Not that. We'll get into why you shouldn't do that, right? But for me, the gym has been a place of like, it's where like I guess I was kind of like controlling my ADHD without even realizing it, because if you're not aware that you have something, you know, you can't do nothing to respond to it or take care of it, right? Because I didn't find out I had ADHD until 2020, you know, and it's because my girlfriend pointed it out to me. So until
That's all the time.
I was checking time.
the gym is at 9 though.
I was trying to think, man.
I was checking time.
Oh.
Get back, you're right.
I mean, I guess we're out of time, folks.
No, I was checking time.
No, so like what my point is, what I'm trying to get to is self-reflection, right? If there's something that you love, do it for at least 2 minutes a day. Start doing it. 2 minutes a day. Very, very simple. If you can do it for 2 minutes a day, you can do it for 3. You can do it for 3, you can do it for 4. But the biggest thing is like, don't get discouraged on the 3rd or 4th day. Don't get discouraged on the 5th or 6th day. Don't get discouraged on the 100th day. Like this continuous growth thing is in the word continuous, right? Like if you're not willing to do something continuously every day, then you'll never see the results that you want to get. And the moment that really clicked for me was when I read a book, and this book was just basically like it's just talking about how to improve your habits. And one of the things that it said was like it compared doing your habits to an ice cube, right? So at 26 degrees, an ice cube is frozen, right? At 27 degrees, an ice cube will still be frozen. 28, still frozen. 29, still frozen. 30, still frozen. 31, right? Still frozen. So it goes to show you that like those 7 degrees, you know, that didn't seem like they were doing anything, were helping you get to 32 degrees. At 32 degrees, that's when stuff starts to melt, right? So it took 7 degrees to see the result of that, or 6 degrees to see the result of that 7th one. And like sometimes we want to see stuff so quick that we're not willing to put in the 6 degrees to get to that 7th. So if you really think that there's something out there that you think you're good at, but you can improve, and really be honest with yourself, spend a little bit more time, spend an extra day, spend more, just do more, pretty much. If you're not, go ahead.
Until it clicks.
Yeah, if you're not where you want to be, it's because you haven't given it enough time. That doesn't mean what you're doing isn't like working. Yeah, it doesn't mean it's not working. It's working. I promise it's working. Like to get this physique, I've always struggled to make. Like I've gotten it before, but I have always struggled with maintaining it. Like if I look through my Snapchat memories, I reached this physique right after boot camp. I gained weight right after boot camp as soon as I got off. Then I went to MCT, got back into the physique. Then went into my schoolhouse, got fat again. Then met a friend, got big again, got the physique, and got fat again when I got home. So it was always like up and down. And it was because like yeah, I was reaching my goals, but I wasn't making it a lifestyle, right? And making something a lifestyle, and correct me if you think differently, is about living it every day. So like if you set a goal for yourself, ask yourself what's the step beyond this goal. Don't just be like, oh, I reached my goal, I'm good, I'm done. Because then you'll be like me and you'll just bounce back to that place where you don't want to be, right? Because nobody wants to be feeling shitty. Nobody wants to be like poor. Nobody wants to be in those down places. Everybody wants to be better. You know, we all want to be better. For whatever reason, you know, if it's just for our own ego, we still want to be better. So to be better, it really becomes making it a lifestyle. Really, really making it a lifestyle. And that means dedicating a certain amount of time every day to doing that one specific thing, right? So for me, it's been the gym. And like, it took a lot of criticism to get me to this place, right? Because like, I got my, I didn't really get my girlfriend into doing the gym because she was doing it with her cousin before. But I guess I kind of got her more enthusiastic about it. And like, you know, for a long time, I was like, nah, there's nothing she can teach me. Like, I've been doing this for years. Like, nah. But I was a little upset because like I had struggled with growing my lower body for so long, you know, and I was like killing my lower body. I was killing it, bro. Like, I mean, looking back, I was like, that's where I was going wrong because I was killing it for 2 hours a week, right? But doing it how she did it, you know, it was like 30 minutes every other day, and like she wasn't killing it. It was like, watch the form, do it slow, do it right, you know, like, and that's where like a huge shift happened in my physical body.
That can be applied to life though too.
What do you mean?
Watch everything with what you're doing and consistently try to perfect it. It's not gonna be perfect, obviously.
What he's trying to say is you don't gotta go so hard at something to improve it. You can take it nice and slow, and then get out.
Because
Right.
everything comes with
Because
time.
if you work too hard, you can break yourself too fast, and you're doing
Right.
it poorly.
And you'll also
Like a
get
job, you
motivated.
gotta challenge the door.
You'll also get motivated too.
So it's like even with art, like you can't go fast and get done. It's like shit.
Mhm.
But if you go nice and slow, it's gonna look good.
But like seeing, like if you look at old time boxers, you've seen the video of a coach where he would show how like he would box. So he would start slow, but when you see it, it just gets faster and faster.
Oh yeah. Seriously, yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Because it takes time. With like little by little, it takes time. You won't get your success in 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year. But when it's success comes with patience, time, and everything.
Well, you want to keep going like kickboxing or boxing. You get that one saying, I don't fear the man that learned 1,000 different kicks. I fear the man that did 1,000 kicks or one or whatever.
Yeah, I don't fear the man who learned 1,000 techniques. I fear the man who perfected the one technique 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you go. So get those squats, bud. 30 minutes a day. Whatever.
Hey, I'm I hit the gym consistently, bro.
And your girls be showing her booty gangs work. You need like 7 of them.
Bro, I could C-Bum would pop up and be like, bro, it'd be like, where's your legs at, bro? C-Bum would out here be posted, where's your legs at, bro?
Hey, my legs are bigger, like so.
The C-Bums?
No. I'm talking about myself, right? Like I'm saying me in my person, right? Like my legs have grown, so it works. Like just
mass amount of roids.
It's a stimulant.
No, I don't see bump. Just not doing.
No, but I've seen someone actually with his name's Elias. And I met him in Fort Wayne workout. His progress is life changing to him, bro. 2 years, he used to be a little bit chunky, obviously chunkier. He was like I want to say like 320 around there. Man, completely changed in 2 years. To show that it takes time. I'll post his Instagram on my Instagram page, but you'll see what the type of progress that he'll do because he was fat. Like let's be honest, that was fat. But he then had a change where it was like, I was not happy with this form. He told me his life story and stuff like that. He's like, I was not happy with this form. I was not doing good, but 2 years, ups and downs, but I'm at a point right now where I'm happy with my physique and I'm shooting for more.
Yeah.
Because basically what you're shooting for is a consistent happiness. Pause to do. It was paused due to poor connection, but that's also because I'm hotspotting my computer. But like he's consistently, working out. I've seen his story.
Yeah.
He has a YouTube channel also, 853 followers. His Instagram's got a lot. He's going to Texas for a competition, I'm pretty sure. And he's also in school. To show that you're in school, he works at GNC also. That's where I met him. So
He's got that cheap money. He's got that cheap discounts.
So
Mother effort.
Hey, we're not GSC sponsored either, so let's get them out of the mouth.
trying to shout out GNC to get us.
Hey,
give us
don't shout them out. Let them sponsor us first.
try to tell them to come over here and see if they can help out or something with like little extra creatine and some pre-workouts or some shit. No, but he works at GMC. He's going to college.
Yeah.
And has time for the gym morning and at night.
Mm-hmm.
It shows that people can
Yeah,
make
it's
time
dedication.
if you want it.
Exactly. If you want it, you're gonna get it, no matter what.
That goes back to maximizing your day. Really learn how to maximize your day. So if you can take, it's something that I recently started implementing, and I fell off on doing it last week, and I've been struggling this week. Is take 30 minutes out of, I guess, your end of the week and plan your next week. Just a little bit. Just the general stuff. What are the biggest, most important things that you have to do for the week? Plan them down somewhere. It'll be a huge change, a huge game changer. Huge game changer.
And disciplining yourself, like consistently trying to. Yeah, you're gonna have like days where you don't want to, and don't put yourself down if you don't do it. Just say, I'm gonna do better for the next day, because I remember I would have a cheat day, and when I would have a cheat day, I'm like, oh, I'm not doing it. I'm
Whole day's
doing
ruined.
crap. I'm like my whole day's ruined. But
Mhm.
then I remember someone telling me, actually, my boy Wyatt Pollard works out also. He's like, it's okay to have a cheat day. Just say you're gonna do better the next day, and cut back a little, do a harder workout.
It's just more like it's moderation when you do it. Like, don't go freaking all out. Have a cheat meal. Go to the gym. Keep doing it all day. Don't let it bother you.
Mm.
It's gonna come right off the next day. Like, if you just continue on with your day, dude, you're good.
And hold yourself.
But just don't keep.
accountable
All right, I got Arby's. Now I'm on Subway. Now we're gonna go this, that. No, just have a freaking cheat meal and be over your day. Get your freaking smoothie out of the day and go keep going. Go
also.
for a walk.
Not Portillo's, freaking fat
And like
guys.
that's what like for me, like when we're like I have a week off right now from work, and like it ruins me because I have no motivation.
Yeah.
I have no
A
motivation.
consistent routine. Just
Like-
like working on what you want to work on.
Like if you have time off, dude, make sure you plan it, dude. Because I got a plan, dude. This whole week has been crap for me. I still went to the gym though, thank God. That's about it.
Yeah. So like, for any of my male audience out there, if you want to attract a good female, make sure you're working on yourself. Like, because it's really easy to get unmotivated and like, and not keep on keeping on. But it's what you gotta learn how to do. You gotta learn how to keep on keeping on. And another part of the channel that we want to express is that we're normal guys like you. We have the same struggles. We have the same difficulties. We're literally struggling right now. Like he's starting off his real estate business. I'm struggling with my startup company. He's struggling with his startup company. But like we're just a couple of friends who reached out to each other and like started talking about ourselves, and it just kind of happened. So
We do have one more too.
yeah.
His name is Isaac Nietrauer. Great guy. He also has He's 19. He just became a father, basically, like
Yeah,
a month or two
T-Bag.
ago.
Congrats.
So-
Yeah.
You guys gotta understand, we're not just living a hard life in our own, like, we're living our hardest lives in our own personal view. We're not saying our lives harder than someone else's. We're saying that our lives are difficult in our own mind because we're just going through it right now. We're starting to go through it. I'm not saying my life's harder than a homeless person or anything like that. I'm saying my own personal life and what I'm trying to do and achieve is gonna be hard. It's not gonna be cheap. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be, a walk through the park, basically.
We're just some normal dudes trying to make it big in the world and change, who we are. Make it big and hopefully help you guys out on the way. Grow up and get some confidence.
Because this is where it begins, basically. This is where we're starting, basically. This is our start to be something bigger than what we are. And, like, something bigger in our own minds. Because I see myself, I'm going to take a direct quote from Suits, basically. This is life. I want to be up here. I don't want to be living a consistent, like, come home unhappy, arguments type life. I want to have that, picture perfect life. It's not going to be picture perfect, obviously. No life is picture perfect. But I'm working for something that, my kids can have a good future. My grandkids can have a good future. I'm going to humble my kids. Probably. What are you guys talking about? And you live in Bremen, right? Yes, I live in Bremen. And Oscar,
We're talking about where it begins.
Yeah, this is
Where it begins. That's our brand. Okay? Where it begins.
Like, this is where we're starting in our life. Like, we have a YouTube channel. It's called Where It Begins, basically. He's got Instagram. You got Instagram, but you didn't want to use it. Excuses trying to say, I need a charge. Okay.
We'll post the links to our Instagrams under the video.
And the YouTube channel to our Instagrams, as well as other influential people that could be a benefit to other people. Because we're not just trying to, self-center ourselves. We're trying to, spread awareness.
I personally don't watch many YouTubers. I do read a lot of books. So if you ever want, I guess, like, my top 3 recommended books.
They can barely hear us. We gotta speak up.
If you ever want my top 3 recommended books, I'll post those for you guys right under the video. But if you're gonna start, depending on where you want to start, it's just gonna depend on where you want to start. So make sure you let us know, like, kind of what you want from us, and we'll do our best to let you know what we think works.
Request to be in our video. Sure.
Sure.
It's my cousin, I guess.
What's the question?
He says he wants to be, I don't know, accept, I guess.
Yeah.
Man. I get. Yo. Good, bro. You're kind of on our you're on our live.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up? Not much, bro.
Just chilling.
You got a comment you want to make, bro?
Hi. This is random. Oh shoot, real quick. No, yeah, that's about it. I'm kind of waiting for Adrian to respond back or something.
Yeah, we kind of all
You
are.
guys, we can't hear shit.
Hey, PG 13?
Oh, my bad.
PG-13.
PG 13.
You can't hear anything.
Yeah,
We'll fix that for the next one.
I gotta get a microphone or a few microphones actually.
We'll fix that for the next one for sure.
Okay. Say less.
All right.
I'll
What
be
are
ready.
you guys doing right now?
Phones on my.
Yes, you question.
Yo, Oscar, what?
Monday?
What's your question?
What are y'all doing right now?
Podcasting.
Oh, chingón. Nice.
Oh yeah, we're also,
I'm just
with the exception of two, we're bilingual. So if you want to talk in Spanish, go for it.
Okay. What are you guys talking about though?
Life, politics, controversy, anything that comes up in.
Anything you want us to talk about? What do you want us to talk about?
I say school for Latinos in this generation.
Say that one more time.
School for Latinos in this generation.
Ooh.
Okay, so I can give you my personal view on that because I'm currently a college student.
Because I'm here at IUPUI campus, and
Yeah.
there's nothing that accommodates for us. No financial help, no nothing that is provided. If you know what I mean.
Have you talked to your SGA?
Have I talked to my advisor?
No, your Student Government Association.
I did, and the reason why they said is because for Latino parents who work many hours, through the eyes of FAFSA, we make enough so that they can afford my school. When that's not the case, you know.
Right. Yeah. So here's where I think like it's time for like you to work on getting a group of Latinos around you who support what you're trying to do, right? Because like I know at I go to IU South Bend, and there's always a lot of complaints to the SGA about certain things. But as a student, you know you have the ability to tell the SGA, hey, this is what I'm gonna do, and you're supposed to help me. You're a representative of the student body. And if they don't make a change, then you go and you put yourself in a position to make a change. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So yeah, like I understand that, you know, it kind of sucks that there's not much for us, but
Yeah.
because like I until this year I had never been really involved with like trying to make a change for us as a Latino community, but right now like I'm trying to learn a little bit about what it means to actually be part of making those changes, and part of it is just learning the structure of your school, learning what you can do as an individual to put yourself in a position to be able to talk to the right people, because as newcoming students, newcoming people, we don't really have a lot of voice, right? But it's going to take us a time to get up in those positions, in those places, to be able to have a voice and be heard where we need to be heard. Because honestly, like we might not get the benefits of our work, but future Latinos will have you to look to for that support. You know, you might be putting something in place for your little cousins, your little siblings if you have them, or people you may know who are going to be first generation college students, maybe even second generation college students, but who are going to be able to actually have a voice and be heard at a different level. You know, it starts from the idea and it starts from us. But if we're too lazy to start on our own, nobody's going to do it for us. And that's the biggest thing that we were kind of like talking about. Like, it's all about the mindset. Because like, if you don't mind me asking, what have you done besides like talking to people? Like, have you started a petition? Have you started
Actually, what we've done here is particularly the DEAP, diversity enrichment. I forget the full acronym. What we're doing is we're going to the chancellor of IUPUI. We're asking her about how we can make this campus more available for first generation students and have easier access to stuff like, you know, getting to campus and learning stuff that many students don't have a chance to like they don't have the pathway to follow.
I'm gonna see if I can get more information about that, because I do think that at IU South Bend, they have a lot of like that happening right now, because like a lot of different clubs have popped up for more inclusivity, you know, specifically because of like not just Latinos, because this isn't just a thing that happens to Latinos, it's also a thing that happens to minority groups around the college campuses. So a lot of little clubs have popped up to improve their situation and provide the resources that we might need. So yeah, I'll give more information on that, and we can kind of figure out how to start. If the school won't do anything, start our own program to help those Latinos around, and like at least like you said, point them in the right direction. Because that, like, to a certain extent, yeah, getting that money is important, but there's outside resources besides school that we can pursue. It might be a little bit harder for those Latinos who don't have the legal documents that they need. However, there is still something that personally you can do, because it's not about how life throws stuff at you. It's about how you handle the stuff thrown at you, because we really don't have that much control over
what happens around us.
Yeah, like we don't really have that much control as individuals. We have like maybe 20% control of what happens, right?
But we have control over our responses.
But we have control over the responses. So if like what you need is like us to like, get the word out there that IUPUI needs to be more inclusive to the minority groups, we can talk to other minority groups and rise up together rather than just focus on one small minority group. Like there's a lot of us out there who like have ideas, who wish to be heard. But if we're busy, concerned of like what are they trying to get versus what we're trying to get, then we're never gonna look past what can we do to be heard at the same time, type of thing. Like it all comes down to like really like looking around and seeing what you can do with the others around you. So yeah, like that's really all I can tell you about that. Besides, like, unless like you're willing to go out and join your own SGA, like me, I'm joining my SGA group. Hopefully I get approved to be a member. But like this year I'm focusing on kind of learning like what the SGA does, how much power they actually have, and if it's at a place above them that I have to go and talk to be like, hey, like this would be maybe more useful for Latinos or for people with this disability or that disability, because like I said, like up until a certain point, people don't think about stuff until they have to go through it. So if we're able to bring the consciousness out there, we want to, but we also have to learn how to do it the right way. You can't play the game if you don't know the rules. So if you haven't learned the rules, that'd be where you start. You want to learn the rules, not just ask the questions, because then you can get lost in the mumbo jumbo of the game. For example, like buying my first property, I got a little bit mixed up in the mumbo jumbo. So now, like, that I'm taking my time to learn the game properly, a lot of stuff is falling into better places for me, right? So if we're learning how to play the game, we're really dedicating that time to learn how to play the game, then we can make change. But if we just want change, but we're not willing to learn how to make that change, it won't happen. Pretty much,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys want to add anything. I know
No, you cover like everything. It was kind of hard to even put an input, but you just got like.
Bro, it's his ADHD.
I know, you're like, yep,
bro,
you cover
it's
that,
scary
you cover
sometimes.
that. I'm like, all right, yep. But also, like, I don't have much input on like Latinos. Even though like I'm half Mexican, like I don't know what you guys go through because like my dad's white. I haven't really went through any of that type of stuff. I go through a white household, so like it's cool learning. It's not cool learning like what you guys go through, but it's nice to know.
It's nice education.
So I can help out in a way that whatever.
Yeah. Also, like, don't start pursuing people around you who do have a voice. Like, try to make them see your side of the story, and that's gonna come down to like how you talk to them. Like you're gonna have to learn how to be a better communicator.
And don't force it.
Yeah.
Don't if you have an opinion, don't force it. I don't know why a lot of people in this generation try to force an opinion on someone else. You can't force opinions. You can't force to change someone's mind. All you can really do is have them see your insight, and that's all you can do, really. Because if you force them, you're gonna give them basically what they wanted to see, a reaction, and to prove them right. Basically, that's all you can do is just let them hear what you said and basically show what you've been through, but not forcing it.
Yeah, like just say your opinion in a respectful way. That's it. Give respect. And I mean, give respect, but you don't give respect back. Don't give respect. That's about it.
See, so
Yeah.
it's okay. It's okay that like you think like that.
Yeah,
And
I
I
get it.
understand.
I'm just trying.
I understand the importance of like if you're not gonna respect me, I'm not gonna respect you. I'll put this out there. I'm religious.
Yeah,
So-
Yeah, 5 minutes left, all right?
Alright.
Because we.
Go ahead. So I like learning how to turn the other cheek is going to be very important for the type of growth that we want to see, right? For Latinos, it'll be for minorities, I should say. It might not be the cheek, because being oppressed isn't something that should still be happening. It will, and like we're not naive to not know that it will still happen. So if somebody that you respect doesn't respect you, keep showing them respect. Just keep doing it. Eventually, that person will realize, hey, like maybe I should be more respectful to this person because they have done nothing to prove they're unrespectable. But if you automatically go into that, you didn't respect me, so I'm not going to respect you. You're burning a bridge that maybe you needed to get where you want to get. Like because sometimes, like at work, I had this really bad habit at my first job of like burning down bridges with my coworkers because they didn't respect me. So my initial reaction was to not respect them. But at this new job where I'm working, like I learned, I didn't learn, I implemented it to respect even when I'm not being respected. And I feel like that's been making a bigger difference because even when I'm not being respected, since I'm respectful of others, they know like, oh, like, I maybe should use a different tone or I maybe shouldn't talk to them like that. And then like if you ever need a moment to cool down, like just be like, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom, get back, present yourself, and then go out and be respectful. Like life is about how you present yourself. If you're presenting yourself as disrespectful, you will be disrespected. If you present yourself as respectable, you will be respected. So keep that in mind. That's important. And our main host isn't here, but we're gonna sign off with saying this is where it begins. So thanks for.
Don't do it without me.
So we're gonna sign off, and this is where it begins, pretty much.
Our YouTube channel, if you guys need to re-see it or missed anything, will be on my bio, his bio.
Yeah,
But he needs to,
this is out of nowhere.
this was out of nowhere. Next time we'll have Isaac join us, and
And we'll give you guys a better schedule of how we're gonna be doing these posts.
yeah, we'll try to stay consistent with it. I'm a real estate agent, so I have an open schedule and yet a busy schedule. So mine's everywhere and yet nowhere at the same time. He has schooling and he has his apartments to work on.
You free. I just work and work.
He's
I will be going to
legal
school.
and ready to mingle.
I will be going to school also.
Just because he's a little bit chunky, don't mean he can't get. But and then Isaac, he's not here with us today. I'm not saying he's dead. Just saying he's busy. He has a kid, so
Homie didn't pull out.
We'll make sure to give him a proper introduction next time.
yeah. Well, yeah. So, but this is where it begins. So, peace.
Peace.
Oh, we could share it.
Yeah. Where is it? This is where it begins, or where it begins?
Where it begins.
Oh, you're still on live.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
End stream. And
I'll work on making the logo.